It's Design Sips. Let's have a cocktail, shall we?
Cheers. Clink.
Cheers. Clink. Welcome to Design Sips. I'm Sandra Funk from House of Funk, and this is Design Sips. We talk about the business of interior design while drinking wine because it's Wednesday and it's 4 o'clock, and I don't even know how we got to Wednesday already, but we're here and there's a pandemic. Let's have a cocktail, shall we?
Yes.
Cheers.
And comment what you're drinking.
Ooh, let us know what you're drinking. Are you joining us? Are you pouring something delicious? Let me know.
So, Sandra, today we are talking about email marketing strategies. What comes to mind when I say those three words?
Email marketing strategies. What comes to mind is write it once, reap the benefits for years to come.
Ooh.
Years to come.
Love it.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite things. It's really good soul-searching hard work up front, and then it is automated, and it just keeps it coming. It just churns it out after that.
Yeah, so we're going to share our best strategies with you guys today, and we even have a fun resource to give everyone at the end of the episode.
We have presents. Okay, stay on because we have presents for you at the end.
Yes. Okay, so why don't we refresh everyone on our little marketing formula?
Yes. Okay, so here's how I think about my marketing strategy. So for me, social media is the widest net, right? It's like we put out beautiful images, curated content, beautiful quotes, beautiful testimonials, and those images and content lasso eyeballs and pull them onto our website, right? Hopefully they click the link in bio and end up on our site, or if it's Pinterest and it's a rich pin, they end up back at wherever that photo exists on our website. So, from social media to our website. And then the next step, the most important thing once you get them to your website, is to capture their email address so that you can move them to your email newsletter list. Okay? So social media, website, email newsletter. So do you hear me? Email newsletter is like the core of your marketing. I know it's old school. I know it's been around forever. I know it's not new and doesn't involve dances, but it is the proven system to actually close more clients. Get their email address, get them on your list. And so from another standpoint, you're taking clients from getting to know you on social, right? High level, you're trying to capture their attention, capture their eyeballs with beautiful imagery, great quotes, great video, great content. And then you're trying to pull them onto your website so they get to know you out on social. Then you're trying to pull them on your site. You're really introducing yourself. You're really telling them who you are, showing them your work, telling them your story. So they're getting to know, they're getting to like you, okay? And then once you get them on your email newsletter list, you're going to consistently communicate with them. You're going to give them high value information. For me, I do that once a month. I send an email to my list. I am always in the mode of give, ask, right? Give, ask. So I am really trying to give them content that is enriching their lives, making them chuckle, making them inspired, giving them something of real value that can improve their life. And then at some point or another, one of those emails will come out and say, we'd love to work with you. Click here to contact us to start your project. Okay, so that's the ask. It's very soft, it's very gentle, but it's an ask, right? I'm asking for the sale. I'm saying, hire me now. So, know, like, trust. Social, website, email, newsletter list. Got it? Let's drink.
Love that formula.
Cheers.
And tried and true.
Yes, it's been tested.
Right. So, and if they want to see the first part of that formula, social media marketing strategies,
yes,
check out our last Design Sips episode on IGTV or YouTube.
Yes, last week we covered kind of that high-level social media strategy. We, of course, systematized it, simplified it, batched it. A lot of work up front to set it up. It always is. And then it just runs itself and lets you focus on what you need to focus on, which is your clients.
Yes. Okay, so back to email marketing.
Yes.
You can't email market until you have people on your list, right? Or you'll be shot into the
right
web of nobody.
Correct. So back in the day, I knew I was supposed to have a blog And so I wrote a blog, but like no one read it ever for a long time. And then it finally came to fruition that a blog is really, unless you're a blogger and you are like decorist or what are some of those apartment therapy, like
yes.
Unless you are a blog and you are a destination blog and you are a place where people go for inspiration and reference and like a real voice, then your blog is really supportive. It's really part of that social media scheme to capture eyeballs and bring people in. So in the beginning, I was blogging thinking that I would just be stumbled upon, but I can guarantee you being stumbled upon is easier said than done. Instead, blogs are really about SEO keywording and capturing. They're there to answer the question that your potential clients ask Google, right? So if it says like, how high should I hang my art? Your blog post might be, how high should you hang your art? And then you go through all the examples and all your gorgeous imagery and tons of SEO keywords that thread back to how high should I hang my art, right? So that's the concept between an SEO keyworded blog post, is that they're pitching a question and you're catching it with your blog post and answering it. Now, the point to answering that question is to get them onto your blog, which is on your website, which is where your opt-ins live, to get them on the newsletter list, because we know from data the clients come from the newsletter list.
Yes, and so let's pause right there.
Yeah, because that was a lot of words.
Jump into the two keyword that we'll use here, which is called lead magnet or an opt-in, like you were saying.
Okay, so lead magnet or opt-in. This is the golden nugget that you have created a beautiful headline for. You've created some nice sneak peeks. You've created some tantalizing words about. It's what they can't wait to get their hands on. So much so that they would give you their email address to have this bit of content. Yes. Okay? So it can be a checklist. It can be quiz results. It can be your favorite white paint colors, always popular. It can be a city guide, a shopping resource, a guide to High Point Market. What do you know that is of value, that you know well enough that you could speak about that might be helpful to someone else?
Yes.
And I always have to tell you this, right? If I decided not to start a design firm because there were plenty of good design firms in my area, I'd still be doing business consulting somewhere. So just because there's already a blog post about this does not mean that you shouldn't also be in the mix, because your voice and your personality, if you do it well and you bring yourself to the content and you bring your position to the content, then there's someone out there for everyone, right? So there's an ideal client who will resonate with your voice and resonate with your tone and resonate with your aesthetic. That just because that exists already doesn't mean you can't have one too. So don't let that deter you.
Yes, and so why don't we give them an example, and they can actually go look at this themselves. But our Powder Room blog post has our little checklist embedded in that page.
Right. Okay, that's a good one. We've had this blog post for 100 years. I'm really not sure when it was first written. I don't know if you can even see that.
You can. It says the date, and sometimes you can republish it if you want to look more fresh or recent. But I think it was 2016 or 2017.
Yes, so that is evergreen content, people. That means content that will never not be relevant. Like, what are the elements that go into a grout? And then she couldn't talk anymore. Clearly it's time to drink.
Yeah.
Please hold. I need to wet my whistle. What are the elements that make a great powder room? Well, those are timeless. So that's an evergreen post, something you can really put a lot of effort into, have SEO keyworded by an expert, and then continuously update as you take more photos of more powder rooms that you've done, as you can, I love adding bells and whistles to a post that's already doing well. Add a video, add a favorite paint colors for powder rooms, takeaway, whatever. In this case, we did a checklist, and it's embedded right in that blog post. And it has been out there since 2016, 2017, just chugging away.
Yep.
Just drawing more and more potential clients to our email newsletter list.
And actually, literally, think about the last time you edited that post.
Nope. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. That is how...
I probably had a kid that I was still, like, toddling around with.
That is how much not maintenance you have to do.
Yes. So envision yourself 5 years from now. What if you made a goal that once a year you wrote an evergreen post? Something that never went out of... I mean, we're always going to update the images, right? But... timeless. Something like putting together a restful bedroom retreat. Like, you're always going to want to rest in a bedroom. It's where you go to sleep. Like, that's never going to run out of legs. That's always going to have legs. Sleeping in your bedroom is never going to go out of style. So what if you wrote that post on year 1, another great one on year 2? What if you wrote 5 posts over 5 years and you committed to the budget to have them properly SEO keyworded, and you committed to having photography done that supports those things that you own, because then it can just be there forever. Can you imagine if you had 5 salespeople out there just working for you 24/7 at all times?
Yeah.
That's what this looks like.
Yes.
Like, if you can imagine putting this together and putting that effort in, every one of those individual... I don't even know how many we have going right now. A lot. A lot. And so every one of those opt-ins, those lead magnets, those blog posts that answer a question and then have an content upgrade, right? Another word for that. Every single one of those is a salesperson working 24/7 on my behalf, just grabbing me leads. Grabbing me leads. Answering those questions that our potential clients are putting out there. So if you're not doing it, please consider one a year. And just imagine what that looks like.
Yeah, one a year. Like, when people talk about blogging, like, it is not what
it used to be. I love this. Okay, this is one of my favorite conversations to have about blogging. We do not blog on a consistent basis. We send out...
Cheers to not blogging on a consistent basis.
To not feeling obligated to blog on a... Cheers. We must drink or we'll have bad luck. Okay, so I love this so much. So instead, we blog, like I just said, every blog is a salesperson. Like, every blog is a specific, pointed, targeted, very, very strategically decided. We feel that our ideal client is looking for X when they go to their Google, right? They're looking for...
who to hire first.
They're looking for the top tips for a powder room. They're looking for...
holiday decorating tips.
Yes, always, right? An elegant and timeless Thanksgiving table setting. They're looking for things that it's repeatable. And you have to know your ideal client avatar to understand what they're looking for to have this work for you. But I'll tell you, if your potential clients' calls are all coming in and they're not your person, tweak your marketing in this way, because that's a direct reaction, right? Who you're asking for is who will come eventually when you start to really build this layered, that stacked approach. So, I lost track of what we were answering because it's design tips.
Not having a blog.
Oh, beautiful. Okay, so I'm not blogging. I don't feel obligated to blog monthly. I don't feel obligated to blog weekly. I don't care if we don't blog but once a year. They need to be so good, right? They need to be beautiful. They need to go out there and capture hearts and minds. They need to bring them back to my website. They need to have something incredible in them that exchanges for an email address and bring people to me. What I do consistently, absolutely do, is our email newsletters, because that is our inner sanctum. Those are our hot leads. Those are people that know us, like us, and trust us so much that they gave us their email address. Okay? Now, you're going to get those people that take the little opt-in and then they unsubscribe. Fine, not your person, moving on. But there's going to be a group of people that stick around to hear what you have to say. That is your client. They just need a little time. They need a little nurturing. They need to hear from you consistently. They need to build that trust, right? So you need to show them exactly who you are over and over and over again. I like once a month. You do you. They need to hear from you often enough that they start to really understand your personality, your likes and dislikes, your point of view in the world, all of those things. And that's what builds the trust. And then at some point or another, they pick up the phone and call or email or whatever and do the contact us page. But the beautiful thing is that we know, because we capture this data, and we absolutely know that they come from the email list. Okay?
Yes.
It's very rare for someone to ping straight out of social and into being a client. They go through the process because it's a very natural process to go through. When you see us on Instagram, you're naturally gonna, start to dig in a little bit harder, and then you're gonna jump on something where you start to get that cultivation. So it's just data, and it's telling us that they come from the list.
Yes, definitely. And I think we can't talk about opt-ins and content upgrades without talking about our design quiz, which has been directly related to our potential clients, because we can see that information.
Yeah, I love it. So, okay, obviously, if we have a potential client that reaches out, we ask for their email address. We have the list of who has opted into everything. Each individual opt-in has its own list and its own analytics and all the data. So we know which one's doing well, which one needs a little bit more love, which one needs to be updated because it's not performing quite well. So what we know for sure is that our design quiz is the top of the top.
Yeah.
It performs like gangbusters. It's been working for the firm as a salesperson for over 3 years.
Yes.
Right? It's visual, it's quick, it's fun, it's light, it's accurate. Like, people love the results. And designers and clients and friends, and I just can't even tell you. I had my aunt texted me the other day, and she said her granddaughter, anyway, my cousin-ish, I don't know, whatever, people, is 12 and just took the quiz and would like to have an internship.
Hired.
Yes. So because it's visual, it's just a quick, fun, light. I get like entranced by some little marketing thing, and I open it and I see there's a quiz. If I get to page 2 and there's it's starting to look laborious,
yes.
I'm like, I'm out.
Yes.
Like, if entertain me or I gotta go.
Yeah.
So that's what you gotta think about too, is there should be a lightness, a breeziness, a simplicity, a quickness. You cannot take much of anyone's time these days. In your contact us form, in your quiz, in anything that they need to do on your behalf, on their side of the interaction, you really need to keep that light, and let them come in the door unobstructed as much as possible.
Yeah, and you guys can go look at our quiz and take it yourself, just so you can see the whole process.
Super fun.
It's at the bottom of our website, housefunk.com.
Exactly. housefunk.com. Scroll to the bottom. That's the quiz. Check it out just so you can see the tone of it.
Yeah.
And, that's the kind of thing that, we try to keep it as timeless as possible. Obviously, we'll update images over the course of the years.
We're updating it right now, yes.
Yeah, we're probably in the middle of that.
But it's been a while.
Yeah.
And
been a while.
Guys, it generated 40 new emails last month.
40 in 1 month.
You're not even meeting that many real people in real life.
Well, not in COVID. No. I'm like, hell if I get one new person a month right now. Not recommended. So, yeah, we cannot recommend
low
enough.
Number.
Yeah, 40 is a low month because, again, it's COVID. There's not a lot of people that want to come into their
and we
right
honestly
now.
haven't been driving a lot of traffic to the quiz, but guys, without driving traffic, 40 emails. What could 40 emails do to your business?
To your pipeline, to your potential client.
And we've been getting leads, and they have that little tag that says they said that they took the quiz.
Oh, and they love when they finally reach out to us, right? They've been nurtured. When they reach out to us, they always tell us what they got in their quiz. They're like, I'm a sophisticated naturalist, or I'm a
So that's the thing. So why don't we talk about we have 4 results.
Oh, God, this is a pop quiz. I'm supposed to remember them?
No, you don't have to, but it's something sophisticated, something elevated.
Right. It's a traditional, a modern, a very earthy, boho.
And grounded modernist.
Grounded modern.
Traditional. Clean line traditionalist. Sophisticated naturalist. And elevated bohemian.
Elevated bohemian. That's right.
Guys, go find out where you are.
One of my favorites. You know what's fun about me? I shift. Because I like so many design styles, and it depends what current phase I'm in. So I'll take it every once in a while, and I'll be like, there you go.
Yeah.
Totally shifted.
And guys, I just updated like a lot of stuff, so they're looking really fine right now.
Looking fine. Go check it out. Yeah, and of course, like, as we naturally, as a firm, we were in like a total teal and blush phase. You can see teal and blush. And now we're in like a more of a warm, neutral phase.
Yeah,
like,
it's really
so we
pretty.
go through and we update fonts and we update colors and da-da-da. Like, you're going to go clean up your content, but you're not going to rewrite it from scratch. Like, it's built, it's working, it's amazing. I couldn't recommend it more.
Yes. So,
Cheers
cheers.
to that.
Cheers to that. I am a elevated bohemian. I think you're a sophisticated natural. I mean, you change, but I think you're a very sophisticated naturalist moment.
I think I'm definitely having a sophisticated naturalist moment.
Yes.
Yeah. I was clean line traditional in the beginning. Hooey.
And I think your clean line traditionalist has changed.
Yeah.
To your version of that.
Yeah. No. Just unrolling the earthy natural thing more and more.
Yeah.
Thanks, COVID, for all that self-reflection time. Appreciate it.
So the most strategic part of the quiz is our lead nurture.
Oh.
4 emails after you take the quiz.
So, you take the quiz and you get your results when you finish the quiz, but you don't get the like gamut of content upgrades, right? Like, we're not being that rude where we're just like, you can't even know what you are. We give them what they are, but then we say like, do you want the related Pinterest boards and inspiration images and blah, 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 all the gear that goes with it? That's for the email, right? So that in exchange for the email puts you on the list. That gets you into the monthly newsletter, right? So that's that updated content that's coming out every month. It also puts you into a lead nurture series, which is a series of emails that have been previously written. I mean, the words are just not coming out today. It's getting late in the day.
Yeah.
So it's a series of emails that have been written once. Again, blood, sweat, and tears. Pour your heart into it. Put all that effort in. Hire a copywriter to sing your voice if you can't write yourself. Whatever it takes. This lead nurture series of emails should be so strong and should be so clear about who you are. And it should also show that potential client that you know who they are, right? Because if you're trying to capture this ideal potential client that really fits your mold, speak to them directly. If they're not feeling it resonate, they're not your client, and you've just weeded out a potential major red flag like client. So those who it resonates with directly will stick around. They'll feel like they're being heard. That series is pre-scheduled. So once you get on the list, a couple days later you get the first email, a week later you get the second, a couple days later you get the third, a week and a half later you get the fourth, right? And it sort of strings together. It tells them really clearly, blah, 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 and you'll be hearing from me really soon. And blah, 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 and I have so much more to say on this subject. I'll touch base soon. And blah, 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 blah. You know what? Why don't we just go ahead and work together? It feels like a connection, right?
Yes.
So it just is talking to them. It's guiding them to know that they're getting a series of emails, that it's not always going to be this many emails. Like,
Yes.
you know, that's important too, because I know if someone emails me every 3 days, I'm like, unsubscribe, like real quick.
And we can monitor the unsubscribe rate. So we know for sure that that's not an issue when you use a legit software.
I love this. So not only are we like clear that our potential clients are coming from our email list, we're also aware of how many days from when we sent the email did they open it? Did they
open it?
Did they open it? Did they not open it? Did they, at what end, generally, we can see at what point in the sequence most people unsubscribe if they are.
Yeah.
And we can go in there and we can analyze what's going on. Is this too quick? Is this, is the title not strong enough? Is the give not big enough for them to hang on for one more? Is the cliffhanger about the next email not strong enough? Again, you have to give them anticipation. You have to give them curiosity for them to hang on and stick with you. So when we look at data like that, we can get so specific and pinpoint things, and it is so fun to just tweak and iterate and tweak and iterate and at some point you start to see just flow because you can just look at it so closely.
Yes, you can just keep monitoring it, which is the best.
So good. Just imagine if you could just kind of really high level help your potential clients get closer and closer to hiring you.
Yeah, and
I
again,
feel like that's what Amazon is doing to all of us. But anyway, that's happening.
yes, and if you want to see what we actually do for the quiz, take the quiz, and we'll give you an example. But again,
and then you'll get the whole series.
Yes, you'll
so
get
you
the whole
have this
series.
incredible template of what that looks like as well.
And the first 3 emails of the 4 for the quiz are not salesy.
No.
And even the last email, it's a call to action.
Right.
So why don't you explain what a call to action is too?
Yep. So again, I don't know if I said this, but it's give, ask. You know, like you want to make sure that you're giving at least 3 times for every ask. And so an ask can be any ask, right? It can be share this with a friend. It can be click here to purchase now. It can be contact me to find out more. It's an action that you're directing them to take to move them closer to hiring you, or spreading the word about what you're doing. So those first 3 emails are just straight, like, I get you, I see you, or here's more information for you, or let me tell you a little bit about, a story, entertain me. Relatability, right. So the idea being, if you come to this with your full self and your true self, and you don't kind of put the, like, professional filter on.
Which is hard not to do.
Really hard. When you sit down to, yeah, really hard. So if you can come at this with your true self, with your ideal client in mind. So if you can bring your true personality and you can speak to one ideal client in your mind that you've conjured, you will be resonating directly with each and every ideal client, and you will, by the very nature, turn off those who are not your ideal client because they won't get it, because they don't resonate with you, or how you're speaking to them is not who they are. And so they'll be the people that kind of flow away slowly. So the more that you can be your true self, talking to your ideal single one-person client, magic.
Yeah, pure magic. And if this wasn't explicitly clear, this is all automated.
Yeah. Oh my God. So you set this up one time, and of course, setting it up one time, you need to put your heart and soul into writing this because it needs to be you talking to your ideal client. But you set this up once, and then for years, this nurtures your clients.
Yes.
It finds them on the internet, it brings them to your website, it asks them for their email, and then it softly and slowly introduces you further to them, and then invites them to hire you. Do you have one of these yet?
Yes, do you have one? If you do, comment, and if not, we have a freebie.
We have a freebie. Okay, so listen, if you don't have one of these, run, don't walk. It will pay for itself. I guarantee that it will pay for itself. But run, don't walk, and we have all kinds of resources for you to help you know exactly how to make this happen.
Yes, and so Sandra created the ultimate guide, how to, with the ultimate lady, curio lecture of Nicole, of how to build your own lead nurture series.
Yes.
And it's not just an example, it's an actual prompt.
Love it. So it is, it's a program that walks you through building your own series, and honestly, Nicole does all of the techie back-end stuff in collaboration with Sarah Harris, who has gotten really techie, and she can, if you don't already have someone, if you have someone who does SEO, branding, blah, 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 the whole thing, excellent. Bring this to them. They will understand you, and they will be thrilled that you've come to this realization. If you don't, someone like Nicole, or, you can just Google around about SEO keyworded experts and find your person who can make all of this happen for you, and basically create online salespeople who are just churning it out for you 24/7. You go to bed, you go to vacation, they're just bringing in potential clients.
Yeah, exactly.
You need this in your firm. You need this in your life.
You do. So if you want that resource, just DM us and we will send you a quick link.
Awesome.
With the how-to.
All right. So let me know if you're in on that resource, and I will send it out to you. I think another way to get that resource is to get on our list, right?
Definitely get on our list, but our list is a little bit more curated to a monthly theme.
Okay.
So they get fun
Well, you get
tons of resources.
kinds of content.
On our list, yes. But this specific resource.
This specific one, DM us
a DM.
for more.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me know for that resource.
Yes.
Awesome.
And get on our list because we are sharing a lot. We give a freebie once a month because we love you guys.
Yeah, in addition to the Design Sips extras, we just naturally give away things on our email newsletter list for designers, and that is houseoffunk.com, and you go to the trade tab and you can jump right in there. Also, when you're on that tab, we have our demo module for the standard is live, and I would love to have you come and check out what that looks like. So that goes from individual resources to like the entire back end of our business, all in one easy to digest program that kind of walks you through it. Tons of videos of me explaining what's going on. I really talk about the why behind everything, and then lots and lots of tutorials and details as you go through it. We have a class going through the standard now. They are incredible. The fiercest, most like hard-nosed business people ever. They signed up for the standard on April 8th in the height of crazy pandemic nutballness. And they are thriving and surviving. They're
killing it.
Bonded together. They are doing such amazing catapults forward with their business. We also have committed to doing at least 3 community Zoom calls with the group as they're going through it together. That's why we batch it. That's why we wait until September to open and have it just open for a little while. We really want you to have a community that's going through it together. So we do at least 3 community Zoom calls with me and Sarah hosting. And then we also have a Facebook group where we just have a constant collaboration, constant customer service from our end of answering any questions. And then even better than that, as everyone is starting to get like through the standard and have all of that implemented into their business, they're now speaking about their businesses apples to apples. And the value in being able to say, hey, I've got a build client that's coming through. They want to just get the structure right and then they want to furnish later. What percentage of the design flat fee would you use for that? And having everyone else in that group completely understand the crazy words that just came out of your mouth and have either put themselves into that situation or have actually been there, done that, and are able to give that advice, including myself, our firm. We are constantly popping in and trying to weigh in on what we would do, as well as absolutely encourage everyone else in the group to share their lessons learned and their local things. You know, everything is so regional too, what happens in the different areas of the world. And it's great because we can specify, I'm a city slicker, I'm out in the suburbs, I'm located here, I'm in business this many years, that many years. And so there's all these little like subgroups as well of designers that not only love speaking to each other across the United States, all over the United States and Canada, but now are all speaking about their businesses with the same standards in place.
Yes. So that's the interior design standard, and it is Sandra's program for designers to literally have her business model, her business structure, and all the templates that come with it.
Yep. It's like just taking the business and giving it a big old systematized spaz attack. Yes. You know, that's what we do.
And enrollment opens September 16th, only for 13 days. So
yes.
We really try to carry these designers together, which is why we close it, enrollment. So definitely put it in your calendar and join us for this fall.
September 16th. And I promise if you jump in and do the demo module, you'll be in part of the group that's just, you know, we'll let you know, we'll keep you posted. And there's tons and tons of awesome little upgrades and things like our template to work you through the Lead Nurture series as you go along as well. So the earlier you jump on the list, the better, because you get more resources.
Yeah, definitely.
All the way through. All right, people, that's Wednesday. Good luck to you. Happy drinking. Have a good one.
Bye, everyone. Thank
Cheers.
you. Cheers.